What is my purpose? What do I really want to do with my life? Those questions haunted me for years. I always had big ambitions, but not much clarity, until I found my exact purpose at the age of 25. This was 4 years ago, and a lot of great things happened since then. Today I live with absolute clarity about what I want to do with my life, and to be honest, I'm quite happy most of the time. This is why I want to share this framework that worked for me so that you can find your purpose too without wasting years searching for it. I'm going to break down this video into 5 actionable steps you can use right now. But before I do that, let me take you through the early days of struggle and confusion. I always knew that there was more to life. It simply can't be to go to school, work in a 9 to 5, retire in old age, and then start enjoying your life. If this path would lead to fulfillment, then why are most people unhappy? My observations of the people who followed this path led me to believe that there was another way. There had to be another way. But I had a big problem. I lacked clarity, too many opportunities, too many ideas. I couldn't figure out the thing that I could commit to for at least 10 years. I always thought once I know my purpose, I would unleash my full potential and make big things happen. All I wanted to do is to live a life of total freedom with a business that I love. But I had to face a harsh truth. I never seriously tried to find my purpose. You see, I was always into self-improvement, and I thought I did the right things by reading books like The Alchemist, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and Think and Grow Rich, until I found the Japanese concept of Ikigai. This is where things seriously started to change. Since then, I taught this framework to many people, and it too impacted their lives. Essentially, there are 4 components to your purpose. If one part is missing out of the equation, you won't get the clarity that you desire. Now, with that said, pull up a notebook and a pen. The first component is, what do you love? Essentially, your passion. List out all the things that you love to do. Think about your hobbies, your interests, and your obsessions. A good way to do this is to ask yourself, what are the things I can't stop talking about? For me, it's personal development, business, philosophy, history, and psychology. Another thing you can do is to look at your YouTube history. What content are you consuming the most? These insights will give you a lot of clues on what you truly like doing. The next component is what you're good at, your skills. List out all the things you think you're good at or interested in learning. Ask 5 people who know you well what they think you're good at. It's crucial to get outside opinions because how you see yourself is quite different from how other people perceive you. To give you a personal example, I'm good at persuading people and thinking strategically. And I have a lot of drive, which helps me get things done and progress in my career. If you are somehow struggling to identify what your true skills are, think about which skills you are passionate about learning. For example, copywriting, content creation, public speaking, coaching. You can learn most of the so-called high-income skills with 20 hours of deliberate practice. In this day and age, 20 hours of focused effort will put you already into the top 5 category of this skill. And this is most of the time enough to make money and to grow your business. This is how I learned the skill of content creation. I posted over 1,000 pieces of content across all platforms in 10 months. You just need to believe that you can learn any skill if you put in the hours. By the way, if you want to scale your business beyond 10K a month, you can apply for a free consultation with me. In this consultation, we will look at your business and map out a game plan together to scale. If you're interested, book your free consultation using the link in the description box below. Now, the next component to finding your purpose. What are you good at? Essentially, your career. List out all the things you think you could be paid for. It is important to use your creativity and let go of all limitations. The world is changing so fast, and in this technological revolution that we are in, the demand for new skills are being born. I remember thinking in 2020 that no one will pay for personal development, until I saw people making 8 figures with hypnosis and meditation. If you are for any reason still stuck on what you can be paid for, think about the skills that you acquired at your previous jobs or in your current business. Even if you don't plan to monetize those skills that you have learned, they are paying the bills or have paid the bills. For example, I spent almost 10 years in sales at different levels, and I acquired a lot of related skills in that career. Skills like talking to strangers and making offers and closing them. And again, if you don't overthink this, you should come up with a lot of skills you can be paid for in your business. Now, the fourth component to finding your purpose: what does the world need? In my experience working with people, this is the part where most of them get stuck. One reason is it is easy to think about our selfish desires. And to think about what other people need is not natural, especially in the society that we live in right now. The current society we live in errs on the side of extreme individualism. What can I get out of life? How can I maximize my life? How can I maximize pleasure? Those are all valid questions and desires. But when you have developed yourself beyond materialism, you'll know that there is something deeper. The most successful people in life know that they have to give first before they can get. And if you decide to give a lot, in other words, help enough people get what they want, you'll become rich. It takes a shift in focus and perspective to arrive there. I mean, we all have heard stories of billionaires and celebrities who have it all but are miserable. Now, I'm not claiming to always be there mentally to think about giving first, but I learned that your purpose, a big component of your purpose, is serving other people. Because this is what gives you fulfillment. Now, with that moral lecture out of the way, let's get back to the exercise. So, what you want to do here is to list out all the things that you think the world needs, not what other people tell you what the world needs. It doesn't matter if you think it's just your opinion. If you have strong opinions of how things should be, that's good. A lot of successful companies and movements started that way. They had a strong position, often a deep frustration with something very important to them. For me, I believe that the world needs better education. I believe people need the tools to live actually a fulfilled life. And I believe the world needs more of the truth. Now, what do you think the world needs? The final component, your purpose, the big mystery, hopefully demystified. Now, all the work that we have previously done, if you followed along, is to map out the specific components, and then your purpose, your ikigai, so to speak, is at the intersection of what you love, what your skills are, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. Steve Jobs. It's finally time to connect the dots. Now, I want to preface this here that finding your purpose is a continuous thing. It evolves. My purpose many years ago was different to the purpose that is right now. So to arrive at your purpose, it must be something you love, something you're good at or passionate about learning, something that other people need, and something that you can be paid for. Now here's the truth. Your purpose is unique. No one can put the pieces together for you. You must have an emotional and logical connection to your purpose. Think about your emotional part as the heart and your logical part as the mind. First, we use our heart and intuition to guide us to the right path. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for rationality and using the mind. But when it comes to your purpose, your heart and intuition, as cheesy as it sounds, is way more important. Because if you don't feel it in your core, you won't have a fulfilling existence. So when you're trying to put the pieces together to find your purpose, always prioritize what feels good, what it does inspire you. If you can feel the spark, you know you have found something deep. Now, what we know from research is that we humans make decisions emotionally and justify them with logic afterwards. Also, think about what makes sense to you, especially on the first step when it comes to what can you be paid for, is when most entrepreneurs get it wrong. Typically, they have skills and services in mind that are not actually needed in the marketplace. Yes, hypothetically, you can be paid for anything. But if you are an entrepreneur or aspiring to be one, you want to get paid for skills and services that people actually want. The fancy word is product market fit. Now, I'm not going into this concept in this video, but think about it this way. Entrepreneurs get paid by solving real problems for other people. I want you to also think about your purpose this way. For example, I knew I could be paid for the skill of sales because every business needs sales to survive. And the great thing about sales is it can be translated to other high income services, public speaking, marketing, scaling a business. So again, whatever skill you have, think about outside of your box. Final warning, at this stage, the biggest mistake you could make is try to perfect your purpose. Here is the truth. Your purpose won't ever be 100% clear, and that is fine. The goal of this exercise and framework is to use the initial inspiration and clarity that you have gained, hopefully by following through, and then take immediate action. Your purpose will crystallize itself on the journey. I refined my purpose many times as I went along the journey. My current purpose is to help ambitious entrepreneurs live the life of their dreams by mastering themselves. What is yours? If you are an entrepreneur and making at least 10K a month in your online business and you want to scale to 30K to 100K a month in the next 12 months or less, and you know or you suspect that your mindset is primarily preventing you from doing that, then book a free consultation with me right now in the link in the description box below. We will go in this consultation over your business and map out a specific game plan to help you scale.